Welcome, everybody, to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show Series. Look at your screen. Look who's joining us. Yes, Maria is joining us here. Coming to us from just outside the Houston, Texas area, world-renowned psychic, spiritual healer, author extraordinaire. She's going to be sharing some of her incredible intuitive gifts. She's extraordinary. We were just having a wonderful conversation as we were getting everything all together for this episode of the Jim Masters Show. Good to have you with us. We're here on the East Coast of the United States in the greater New York area, and it's a pleasure to have you with us today. I know you guys have been very excited that Maria is joining us. I am very excited as well to have her here. We've been planning this for a while, and sometimes when all of the moons are lined up, everything just happens, and we're so excited to have her here. She has, residence in New York and Los Angeles, as well as outside Houston. And right now she's coming to us from outside Houston, Texas area. And if you'd like to comment during the show and interact with us, you can do that. We are live right now here at the Jim Masters Show. So for those of you who watch all the time, you know that we are a very interactive show coming to you from JMS Levity Hall. So if you'd like to comment, you want to celebrate, you want to interact with us, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel Jim Masters TV, which is the platform right now where the show is, subscribe to the YouTube channel Jim Masters TV. You can comment in the Levity Hall chat room and interact with us as well. And we appreciate you doing that. Don't forget to, of course, celebrate all the episodes and give them a like and comment, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that. And all of those thousands and thousands who have done that and continue to do that, we appreciate that as well. Let me tell you about our amazing guest. Again, what a fantastic opportunity to talk to somebody who is not only gifted, but she is heart-centric. She is soulful. She is an extraordinary person that not just celebrities, but everybody loves to have time with her because she looks at life in a very extraordinary and unique way. And she and I were just chatting before we went live, and she was already telling certain things to me about me that she sensed already, and she was spot on. She was telling me that I'm intuitive as well, and a giver, a healer, which is extraordinary. She originally, of course, from beautiful Greece, and of wonderful descendants and immigrants of Asia Minor, and her father was born in Istanbul and mother in Turkey. And she went to the Greek American Cultural Institute and Anatak University, receiving Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Counseling as well. She moved to Hollywood, California back in 1964. She was discovered by Gail Eaton in 1972. Gail Eaton discovered her, and shortly after, journalist Hal Jacques interviewed her for weekly magazines Globe, Star, and The Inquirer. She started practicing professionally in 1974. She also studied meditation with tarot psychic Joan Culpepper of Hollywood, and also metaphysics with Janita Carlisle of Palos Verdes, California. In 1975, she also started teaching psychic development and meditation workshops. In 1978, she spoke to law enforcement officials about the Jim Jones mass suicide case in Guyana. And she also has worked with many defectors and survivors in the Human Freedom Foundation, which was set up to help former cult members deprogram themselves as well. As I said, she is extraordinary at what she does, and we are so blessed to have her here on the show. And we're going to talk about a lot of different things about her extraordinary background and more. But, if you have a question, certainly let us know as well. One of the highlights of her life to this day was meeting the founder of Divine Science, Joseph Murphy. Her in-depth spiritual awareness stems from his books, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and his weekly lectures on positive thinking as well. From 1978 to 79, she was brought in as a psychic consultant on the Hillside Strangler murders in Los Angeles. And in 92, she consulted with the Harris County Sheriff's Office in Texas regarding Rex Warren Mays. He was later convicted of killing 2 girls and subsequently executed in 2002. And in 1979, she started recording with musician George Brown of Kool and the Gang. That's right. She also has participated in a study at the UCLA Department of Psychology as well. And she's been a guest on many national television programs, including Late Night with David Letterman, Donnie and Marie, The Maury Povich Show, Entertainment Tonight, Inside Edition, and Entertainment Television, as well as Fox News. She's also appeared in periodicals such as Vogue, Red Book, Elle, Marie Claire, Glamour, Alopia Press Magazine USA, and more. In 2011, she partnered with Lifetime Television and their Year of You promotion, where readers of the Cosmic Lowdown blog on Lifetime's website could enter for a chance to win a private psychic reading with Maria. And as a mainstream psychic, she's made many television appearances on most networks and has had her own TV show in Greece, too. She consults with clients on both coasts and many parts of the world. She's got a rewarding relationship with the entertainment industry, on and off screen as a psychic consultant. She's also been credited as a psychic to the stars, the 100 top psychics in America. Yeah, Maria has also created a series of meditations with Vanessa Williams, produced by George Brown of Cool in the Gang. She's also, as I mentioned, known to many as psychic to the stars, in addition to film and television projects. She has acted as a psychic consultant to two of actress Demi Moore's films, The Butcher's Wife and Ghost. And for The Butcher's Wife, she was the first person to receive on-screen credit for an off-screen role as psychic consultant. And in addition to Demi Moore's, the film producer and director were both clients of Maria Papapetros at the time. And her celebrity clients have included Goldie Hawn, Mary Steenburgen, Kelly Rutherford, Dennis Haysbert, Marcia Cross, Vanessa Williams, and others. And again, she's even hosted one of, Vanessa Williams has actually hosted one of the psychic empowerment workshops that Maria does. And she's been listed as well, Maria, in New York Magazine's Best of New York. And with all of that, she is here with us on the Jim Masters Show Live series. And it is a real honor.
Oh my God, you're doing a great job, a thorough job. You reminded me of things and made me think so much more. I thought, no, don't tell him, because how do you do that? How do you found things, you said things about me that are kept a little kind of
under the radar.
How did you not do that? I don't believe you.
I'm
I was nervous that you
a journalist, a host, but also I like to learn about people. I like to find out what makes them tick, what makes, you and I were talking before we went live on the air. I'm a feeler. I like to feel. So I like to humanize people, especially if
that's
guests.
Yes. And you're doing it. The idea is not to take ourselves too seriously. Do you know what I mean? To take it as a way of life. Do you know what I mean? It's a way of life to always express gratitude, think gratitude. I do my walk every morning. Love, health, wealth, gratitude, happiness, success. And next day I choose another 5 words. You know what I mean? I walk, and I the subconscious picks it up, and I'm happily impressed with what you've been saying to me, about me, and it's like, to me, it's a way of life. I do definitely work with people in the media, because I consult on film. I've consulted. Actually, I got screen credit on a film once, Butcher's once, the small letters. But her coach, Paramount, gave me screen credit, psychic Maria Papapetros, consultant. When you watch the movie, which movie was that? It was Butcher's Wife with Demi Moore.
Yes, Demi Moore.
Yeah, but I see that you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
You should be sitting where I'm sitting, and somebody else to be doing to you what you're doing, and start writing your books. I know you're here to make a difference. Our duty as a citizen of this world is to make a difference, little way, big way, and you are chosen to do that. You're doing a great job already. I want to see you do it, and start with yourself. first. Being good to you, being better to you, being good to you, be better to you.
You mentioned that Maria and I love the way she says her name. Don't you love the way she says her last name, Papapetros? That's terrific. It
Well,
rolls right off the tongue. It's beautiful.
thank
Uh,
you. Well, people ask me, you're an intuitive and this and that. I say we're all intuitive, and the word is I'm happy about it. It is psychic. That's what I am. And again, in case I said it before, psyche is the word for soul in Greek. So you have a psyche, you're psychic.
when
And
did
like
you?
any other talent, these two can be developed and we can do wonders as you're
Yes,
doing.
I appreciate that. Maria and I were chatting before we went live on the air, that she already picked up some vibes from me as far as being intuitive, being a healer, feeler. And I think it's amazing. And that was within a split second of us connecting. You felt that even we're not even in the same room, you're feeling it through many miles in between and technology in between, and yet you're feeling that. Is it coming through the voice, the words, the whole?
No, it's a vibration we project. And immediately when I saw you, I thought that you're, I'm not going to say that word, you're too much like in detail. Lighten up, man. Too much with detail. You come up with amazing product, but you like down like this, compartmentalized. Everything needs to be lighten up, lighten up. You put too much work into what
Work
you
too
do.
hard, right? Yeah, just right. Exactly. Well, I was telling you, which I've shared with our audience here, that I always was somebody who, when we were on the airplane, and they would say, in the event of needing the oxygen mask, put it on yourself first before putting it on others. I was raised and of the belief, help thy fellow neighbor, help them first before putting it on me. But I learned we have to do for ourselves too. So important, right?
Absolutely. Very, 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 very important. Very.
When did you realize that you had these gifts early on, or did others in your family notice it first?
Some someone told me I was in a class um, by John Culpepper. She's gone, God bless her, about meditation.
Yeah.
And um, everybody, she would go around and ask questions and they would answer. And I came up with some stuff that I don't know where it came from. Do you know what I mean? It's like I said, tell, let's say, your husband named Bob, he's got a thing with his ear and tell him not to. She says, how did you know that? I said, didn't you just tell me? She says, no. So once in the class that I went for a meditation for a couple of times, once they saw the things that I was saying, uh, by next week, my salon, I was doing, I was studying psychology and also doing um, had a salon for uh, beauty. And all of a sudden, the entire class, the classmates wanted to have a psychic reading because they said I was psychic. Within 2 months, I sold the salon. I could not do it anymore. And there was an older psychic who passed, and she advised me. She says, "You better start working." And so I just fell into it.
When you realized that first, what did you do? How did you harness that gift?
Uh, I went with it. People would, like I said, the class would send people to the salon for me to do this, and I would touch their hair or their makeup, and uh, I would say things and say, "But how could you know that?" So after a while, one person came, and that was the person that ran the person's business that had the classes. And she said, no, I just want a reading. I don't want my hair done. I said, okay. And that's how I started. And the next day there was 4 people, and the next day 6 people, and the next day, and after a while, uh, it, it felt so natural. It felt natural. It's weird. It felt natural. It's like I said, I was starting child development from 3 to 60, um, psychology, and while doing that, being married, divorced, and have a child, I also had my salon. And after a while, that the one spoke to the other. I guess I don't like to say usually it was meant to be, but I guess it it was. So I made the choice to do it. As I went with it, I didn't think how it was going to be, and I've been working ever since. And teaching. I'm teaching. Um, I have psychic workshops everywhere. Um, my next one will be within 30 days. We have one in New York, one in LA, one in New York, and then one in Athens. And like, I hear the prices that are going around, and I'm like, weird. It's like very, 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 very inexpensive. Um, and people can wait. They keep, so Maria, with COVID, you did not have your workshops. What happened? We need our workshops. We need our meditations. And I do the meditations live, like the ones you saw on internet. And I don't know, it feels funny talking about all this. To me, it's like,
You just
I don't know,
do
a
it.
second nature, maybe first nature.
You just do it. Well, I think it's extraordinary. And how do you define what it is you do? You know, a lot of people have their thoughts or the way they see it presented on TV or elsewhere, what the work of a psychic is. Now, you're a world-renowned psychic. You've been doing this for a long time and are passionate about it, and your clients, the folks you work with, absolutely love you. How do you define
I
that?
give them their choices. I believe we have choices. There are things the things that are predestined, they won't come in the session. They do, but we'll know it later. I remember. I'm sure you remember Elvis Presley. I had been consulted about predictions about him. And I said, well, mid-August, I said, 2 days up or down, around mid-August, he would withdraw, he would go to uh, green pastures, to a farm maybe he owns. He will work on himself, he will get clean, he will work on his music, and he will come back and give it to us later. And he passed the 17th, 2 days later, from the day that I said. So, but to me, I didn't see that. I did not see death. No.
Mm, that's
Did I answer the question? Is
yeah,
that a
you
good?
did.
Was that a good
Yeah,
example?
yeah, it's a good example for sure.
Usually, I give choices because I feel
Yeah.
that um, we do have choices in many things. We just have to make the decisions. We should not wait for someone else to make the decisions for us. And but when I'm consulting, psychically, I cannot tell myself, I keep going and saying, no, 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 no. And then people later on come and say, Maria, remember when you told me that tea, um, whatever it was, like Tom and my brother? No, it was Tara that gave me a job. And I mean, so, and it's fun, kind of. And that is how um, I have maintained my, I don't know how to say it, my name as a psychic consultant since then. And I'm still practicing the same way. I will not hold back in a nice way. I will say it. And again, if it's something that is completely and totally predestined, I don't know, from whatever, I will not see it. It doesn't come at all. Out of all these years, I've been working, practicing professionally since 1974. I had two complaints. Two. Two.
That's yeah.
I mean, that they got, you know, uh, weird.
It's extraordinary. It
And I
really
teach, I love
is.
to teach. It's not, my idea is to, in some way, Jim, to demystify metaphysics. I know it's mystical, but it's for all of us to demystify it, like to know that we have choices, and and bring our attention to that, like, and then be proud of the choice we made. And uh, the last meditation that we have done is still at the studio. It's called Embracing What Is. And I'm so looking forward for George to finish it up. And they're so busy, you know what I mean? George Brown.
From Cool
And
and the Gang.
it
Yeah.
is, and in that meditation, what I do is like get people to go through what it is that you feel is an obstacle. Go through it, don't go around it, no, because it'll come back.
Yes.
It'll come back stronger and stronger and stronger. We're so simple and so mighty. We have so much opportunity to create the reality we want for the most part. And there is the higher order that intervenes. Well, that's not my department. I cannot talk about that other than being a believer. I believe in God. A lot of my um, clients, I'm not going to say patients, I'm not a doctor, um, they're so modern they don't want to say the word God, is that they want to say the word psychic. Well, I call it God, and I call my work psychic.
You're a spiritual healer as well. And tell us about that work.
Well, what it is, I think in many times in the meditations, just touches people's areas in some way, and they open up, and they allow the word to come in, the healing to come in. I don't want to claim I'm the, how do you call it, the medium that allows this, that helps them open up and allow their higher self to come in.
Which is beautiful because when we do open up, then we are free to be able to express, right?
Exactly. There's a lot, I mean, there is a higher order, and God has the last word. However, boy, do we get chances. God gives us chances every day if we were only um, look at them. The last this past week, we had a person um, uh, contacting us at the office, kind of repeatedly, wanting to know if I can remove a spell that somebody put on them. And I did not laugh, but gently I said, "That's not what I do. That's not my department. I didn't even want to go into this. I don't believe in that." And no, because then it becomes worse. And bless them, their own way, so till they can get it. But there are people like this still, Jim, around. They are. Right
Absolutely.
now, what I suggest for all of us is to really meditate, talk like about peace and harmony worldwide. Peace and harmony worldwide. Peace, peace, peace by God, right action. Uh, any positive suggestions you can think of that go my head, and I just some of the close friends say, Maria, come on now, okay, can we eat? But it's like I feel it strongly. I encourage people to work with what they have, to tune into their abilities, to their power, instead of joining the mass mind that says we're doomed.
Right. Everybody's following what everybody else says and does.
Mhm.
Exactly. Be an individual.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know if you've ever read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by that Dr. Joseph Murphy.
Yes.
I mean, um, and I think we all should. I'm going to tell you something. When I lived, I had gone to visit him in his home with one of my friends that knew him many years ago in Beverly Hills. And times went by 10, 20 years, and I had his tapes that he would make with the lectures. And I had bought a house in the flats of Beverly Hills. And his house that I had gone to visit was 3 houses up from me in the same street. Yes, he had gone already. Do you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
told me
It's incredible.
he told me that I would be doing what I'm doing. I was so blessed to just get to have dinner with Dr. Murphy. He and I both. Oh my God. And he told me what I would be doing. And at that time, it was all Greek to me. You know what I mean? Like, how can I do all that? And he did.
That's extraordinary. It really,
Yes.
really is. When you work with your
A little
clients,
louder if you could, please.
when you work with your clients, I know we're getting a little bit of an echo for some of the people when I'm speaking, and what's happening is my voice is coming out of her speakers, going into her mic and coming back. We tried to fix that, but you just have to go with it, folks. Um, so you'll never miss anything because you get to hear it double. How do
Woo!
the folks that you work with, do they know why they come to you? Are they led to you, or do they come to you confused and they're looking for answers
Say
about their
that
life?
again, please.
When your clients come to you, do they come to you sort of knowing why they're coming to you, or do they sort of figure that out once they come to you?
All of it. They come because they want to know. Some that really open and want to know about their future. Some what is happening with the work, or some with the children, and usually when they leave, they say they got their answers and more. So it's not a standard thing that we're going to talk about this. First of all, when they come, they don't talk. I talk. You know what I mean? Uh, I have a few kinds of sessions. So one session that is shorter than others, that works for people, and this is with questions, so they get everything as if it was a full session, and then the 45 minute. Um, People want to know about themselves. I have it's been really
Or do they only want to know the good things, or do they want to know everything?
no, they're open. They know me anymore. I have repeated clients since 74. They know me. The arms were still alive. And the thing that I get though at times is uh oh, Miss Papapetros, you're not retired, you're still working. I said, yeah. I'm still working. What are you going to relax? I said, and do what? Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
um they 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 recommended, people are recommended and from other people, so they kind of have an idea, and then they read about me. And anymore, this is a, I mean, internet world, and I have people that they've never seen me, also that they don't know, that are not recommended by anyone, and they do take a chance because they get that feeling, and maybe they read and they see what I can do. So they're always pleasantly surprised. And because I'm, fortune telling is a little different. Oh, you're going to do this and you're going to have 3 kids and this and that,
With the
to what I
crystal
would say most of the
ball and
time, because
everything
that's
we
how it
see.
comes. If you
Yeah.
do this, that's what's going to happen. If you do it that way, that's what's going to happen. Sometimes I can get timing and say, well, that could happen between this day of March and the next. And it has happened, though, a few times, we all laugh that it wasn't for the same year. But it has nothing to do with it, with timing. I have nothing to do with that,
It's not something that you can control, right?
you
Exactly.
know?
It just
And
happens.
I'm sorry I keep going backwards and forwards, but
No, it's part of it.
sometimes I do not
It's
hear your voice, so I have
yeah.
to do this or that.
Yeah, no, the backwards forwards, it's like there's an energy pulling you towards.
Oh, well, thank you.
So, how did you become the psychic to the stars? You've worked with so many well-known folks in the entertainment industry over the
Well,
years.
um, I don't know. I mean, I have friends, and they're not even the stars. We're all people. They're not different than you and I. Well, you're a big star than you and I, and this that. It's by word of mouth. You know what I mean by word of mouth. Like
Vanessa
like you're
Williams.
showing me now, Vanessa Williams. Vanessa, um, she was recommended. I don't know by, I don't remember by whom, and immediately I told her that she's going to have this kind of child and that kind of child, and that she's go. Oh no, my first prediction for Vanessa was that she was going to do a movie with a muscle man, like what that guy, the muscle man,
Schwarzenegger or The Rock.
and she did, and she wasn't doing movies yet, and she did Eraser. Right after that, Eraser came. You know, I don't know if it was with Schwarzenegger or whoever it was, but she did Eraser after that.
That's
That was,
amazing.
and then we got much closer. Um, and George Brown was sent to me. I don't know from where,
From Kool and the
besides
Gang.
God.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? He came, and I remember I said, "Go west, young man, go west." He says, "Maria, I'm from New Jersey." I said, "Go west." And he did, and he's still there. That's where his studio in Woodland Hills.
And of
And
course, we know him from
yeah,
Kool and
all
the
these type
Gang.
of things you
Yeah.
see is because we're recording our meditations, which he's been very generous to me, big time. We're great friends, very generous in, in doing all this work for free. By the way, George Brown has a great book out. I will know the name of it, but it is an amazing book right now.
We'll take a look for that. Absolutely.
Yes, yes,
Goldie
it's very
Hawn, of
cool.
course, we know. Yeah.
I cannot hear you again.
Goldie Hawn.
The same thing. I don't know why I. Oh yes, I know how Goldie came from her partner. She had a partner, a Greek woman. I don't remember her name right now, and that's how she came to be. I mean, it happens.
Annabeth Gish.
Oh, and that's one of my most favorite people. She's such a nice girl. Um,
Annabeth Gish.
I mean, something else. Um, she and other people together gave me a great birthday last month or 2 months
Oh.
ago for my 80th
Did you hear what she just said, everybody?
in
Her
Beverly
80th.
Hills.
You
Huh?
wouldn't believe. I said to the audience, "Could you hear what she just said? 80th. You. That's hard to believe. It's extraordinary."
I mean, Annabeth is such a soul. I mean, it's like a trooper, and she always works. At least all my friends, they always work. You got to see Vanessa, how much she works. Oh, and Kelly.
Kelly
Kelly
Rutherford.
Rutherford and I went through some rough times together when she was that unnamed husband took their kids away, but she's all over. She works. She's in Europe one day. I mean, she's in Paris, she's in Monaco, she's here, she's in LA, she's in New York. Um, oh, I love this picture. That's Dr. Jane Greer that I was telling you to the right. and Kelly and I, of course, and up to food business.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a
I'm
great.
friends with all of them. But Jim, the way you talk, that's
The Housewives.
the Desperate Housewives. That's when um, lovely, lovely, lovely people, all of them. The girl behind Marsha is not an actress; she was a friend, and uh, amazing. All of them. They all had personal sessions, of course, and
And of course, our
and
friend Scott
there is
Lucas.
Wayne.
Yeah. Fashion
That
designer to the stars and more. Yeah.
by God, it's like he has introduced so many people to me. Many, 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 many. And that's when he borrowed this Escada dress, $10,000 for me to have a photo shoot.
Very
Because
beautiful.
that's not $10,000 for a dress. No, no. Um,
Some wonderful photos. Yeah. Of you doing your
well,
thing.
I'm blessed, looking much younger than I am. Like I said, I broadcast my age, and uh,
Do you ever have, does it ever become a burden for you? Are you ever overwhelmed by all the energy, the vibes, and the
no,
information that you get?
no, and I will tell you why.
Yes, tell me.
Um, UCLA, I was tested at UCLA, a study by Dr. Jan Berlin, for 6 months. It was a lot of work. Uh, and what they came up with is that my objectivity is that makes me quite different than many other people in the business. Uh, because the minute I say, as I come into your vibration, the very first thing that I see is it starts pouring out. I'm very objective. They praise me on my objectivity on what I read than anything else. They say, Maria, you can be reading for your mother and say, oh, you have a daughter who's naturally blonde and she's this and she's that. And you can say things that, to her that you were hiding from yourself. That was such a compliment. So it's objective. There is no, doesn't matter if you're my friend, my son, my, does not matter at all. Right there, I'm in the psychic space. And what I know consciously, even if I think it and mention it, oh, I know you have 3 kids. That doesn't change anything. It's complete objectivity.
How how are you affected by the psyche that people have as a result of world events? We've gone through some really horrific things the last few years in a collective, universal way. How does what's going on around the world also affect the work that you do so beautifully, Maria?
That does affect the word I do. What I do, I pray to stay objective again. It's not easy. And then I spend a lot of time on asking God to forgive me for my ideas, because I it's please understand, Jim, I'm like a person like everybody else, and I have a talent that I've developed into my profession. Do you know what I mean? It is I have opinions, and then I wait for a higher order to give us the next step. Is that easy? No. I've thrown things like this because I know what could have been, should have been, but there's so many factors. There's so many, and I don't feel I answered your question.
No, you did. It's, the influences of some of the things that are going on in the world, how
Remember objectivity? Remember?
objectivity.
Every
Yes.
morning, wake up, put a light around you, and say I'm open and I am objective. You want to know objectivity, gratitude. These are the things that I have in my head and my mouth like chewing gum, let's say. Um, Very important. You can have an opinion, but and stay open. No, they don't. Um, and that is why I've been asked to do um, predictions, for various publications because they know that
You've had, yeah, many requests
I'm
over the
not much
years.
different than other people. Everybody has a specialty, you know what I mean? So our character. But when I come to work, I'm completely objective.
Yes.
I don't care what I know about you, what you tell me, how much money you promise me, or whatever. I'm going to say it again with choices. Remember that. What I do is choices, the ones that exist. I make choices. Oh, no, I don't make choices. I speak to people about their choices. And then, of course, I also let them know that there are other situations that you may not be aware of now, like timing. I repeat myself. Timing is something that it's difficult to predict. Most of the time, it's okay, but sometimes something can be off.
When you look at all of this incredible work that you do, um, what are some of the common myths or misconceptions that people have based on portrayals of the work of somebody like yourself and others that do similar work? What are some of the misconceptions and myths?
Make it a little clearer what you're asking me.
Sometimes people who don't understand the work that you do judge
They're
it
fatalists, you mean? They're fatalists.
well, they judge it based on the way it's presented, in the public. What are some of
That,
the
that's
myths
up.
about
That's
the
up to the
work?
individual. Some are programmed from family, um, the society. Some do not want the responsibility of being who they are. Do you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So it's easier for them to blame the government, to blame the father, to blame. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's much easier. There are a lot of fatalists. Most people are fatalists. It wasn't meant to be, or it was meant to be. It wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. I shouldn't say most people, a lot of people are fatalists. The ones that you're asking me about. And those cannot be helped. They will psychic hop. They will come to me. They will come to the next person, to the next person, to the next psychic, till they hear what they're going to hear. So eventually they will end up with someone who does more fortune telling. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen, and that's what's going to happen no matter what you do. And then they do the number. They keep psychic hopping
yeah.
because
A-
they think that their lives are up to someone else. They don't think that they have a saying so at all in what they do, or that they, like I said, the choices. They don't even they wouldn't even understand the word choices. Those people don't come to me anymore because I'm a big mouth. They hear me how I see everything you read, and I'm happy you invited me in the show. And I believe and thank Wayne that he suggested that. I believe, and because he knows me.
That's the key. You have your clients that you have. They've been with you for years, right? They depend
Yes,
on you for years.
yes,
Well, that's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It must make you feel
it is.
comforted by that.
That doesn't see means I see them all the time because they have lives.
Yeah.
They go, they do, and their kids are my clients.
The kids, the
Their kids
generations.
are my clients, and I have quite a few guys too.
Sure.
Hmm.
Absolutely right. Well,
That's
you're in
right.
Texas right now, but you have, New York, Los Angeles. You're international,
Greece and
and
Greece.
Greece as
Yeah,
well.
but people call me from anywhere. Somebody called me from Denmark today, or that, and all nationalities. People are we people, I shouldn't say people, we people are becoming more aware of metaphysics, which is really nice. And again, I want to remind everyone we do have choices. We should not give up easily. It's okay what we learn from our parents, society, but and we do have choices. We should focus our attention on the choices that are ahead of us and to be patient.
What would you say to somebody watching right now who's really struggling? They're in a dark place and they don't see choices. They don't see hope. They don't see a way through and a way out. There's a lot of people
I
experiencing that right now in their
I will
lives.
I will that's why I told you, Jim, that I have that my meditations are out there um, without charge. I suggest I meditate, and I definitely um, um, refer them to psychologists, psychiatrists. I know more psychologists than psychiatrists, but it so happened that way. But my um, the psychologists that I work with, which are really amazing, if they people need medication or whatever, they will recommend them, to psychiatrists. I work with Dr. Jane Greer a lot, Dr. Mark Snowman, and and others. But quite a few of my subjects. I wasn't going to pay patients again. Patients, no, because I'm not a doctor. A lot of my clients are psychologists. It's
Mm.
like, please understand, you for a moment, take a moment and demystify what I do. It's my job. Like what you do, it's your talent.
Do you feel it's a calling? Do you feel you're getting divine energy that's running through you as well?
Absolutely, because I believe in it. I believe in the divine, that there is divine energy, and I do my best to stay open. I do my best not to go like this when things don't go my way. Do you think it's easy? No,
No.
I'm not different than you that way. You know, actually better than you. You personally hold that inside, and I don't like what it's doing to your stomach, your digestion. You know what I
I
mean?
don't always say what I feel, although I'm getting better at that.
I know
But,
you're getting better.
not everybody likes me doing that because they're not used to me doing it. So they don't give me the slack to do it.
But you're doing great, I swear.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
swear
Yeah.
to, and I thank you very much. And
Uh,
I deal with people the same way I deal with myself. Uh, I try to be strict with myself. It doesn't work all the time. Then I forgive me easily, and then start all over again. It,
have you learned to do that, or were you hard on yourself in the early years, demanding of yourself?
Nah, I did not have time to be a diva. In other words, being hard at this. I was born during the German occupation. We were
Yes.
hungry.
Yeah.
I was born 1943. There was no food, and
Right.
my parents already had three boys in 2.5 years, 6 years prior to me. So the idea was to survive, because the German occupation did not end until 44 or 45, and I was already 2 years old. So you work to just make your life again after what Greece went through. I know other countries too. So the idea is work, 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 best way you could, and I was very good at, like at rewarding myself. Uh, I quit school. And because I had to work and help my parents very young with money. And then I went to Germany years later, and I did the three classes, and I finished high school there in 6 months by taking um, various tests.
That's
It
extraordinary.
was so we did not have the those years. We did not have the luxury to have choices of many things, from food to clothes to shoes. You know, if she has sandals, white sandals or something in the summer, we would stain them black with socks to go to school in the winter. That's how it was, not just me.
Right. No, it was. What did you learn from that experience?
Oh my God, I don't really know. That's what made me the way I am today, to be understanding, to be forgiving, and and to reminding myself that I'm normal. I'm like everybody else. And again, uh, like I said, we all have talents that we call gifts. And using those experiences that I've had, I encourage other people to how to help themselves, either within a session or outside a session.
That's really important. And are the sessions, talking about the actual work and application, are the sessions customized for the individual? How do the sessions work?
The person comes in, I tune in, you know, I tune in, and yeah, that's for the individual. And like I said to you earlier, there are like cute little things that happen by seeing an initial or a name, and they can relate to. And then 3 months later, they call me, Maria. Oh my God, you were so right. And that thing I couldn't see was that, but instead of team, it was Tori or whatever I said earlier.
It really
I
is
don't feel
fascinating.
there's what I do is that mystical. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yes. Do
it's
you think
picking up
it's
vibrations,
right? What I like
and
about
knowing
what you
how to
do,
interpret them.
what I think is beautiful about you, not just the work, but you as the person, as Maria, is how expressive you are about the fact that you are like everybody else. A lot of times when people do certain things that garner a lot of attention, a lot of light on them, they respond in a way where I'm up here and the world is down there. But you're very approachable, very affable. You have these gifts, these talents, this intuition, and everything that comes with it. But you also approach it in a very warm, loving, human way, which I think is one of the reasons why you're so revered and loved by so many.
Thank you so much. I have there are many like you obviously you read about me in some publications, and I do have opinions that kind of make me feel strange. I know psychics were um, kind of close to me, and the fees were so exorbitant, like 700, literally $700 a sessions and $800 a session. And that got me to be on my toes and be cautious and not allow airs in my head. And I'm sure you can look them up. Some of them died young. Hello? Yeah, so it's
Is this
I want everyone to
24/7 for
remember
you?
that everyone on earth is psychic.
We all
And
have that
and
ability.
again, I said it is a gift, it's a talent, but once you have a psyche, a soul, you're psychic. And these two, like any other talent, can be developed. And that is why I offer classes on psychic development, which is that they never go higher than $80. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I want people to open up. They do not have to become professional psychics, but they can get more mileage out of life by understanding their feelings, not to be afraid of them.
That's the key, not being afraid of them. You love teaching others.
Very much so. And I've written books in Europe successfully. I have written books here. They're in the drawer. I don't know why it takes me forever to publish a book. And I've had offers, and there was a time of my Warner Books, and now I passed on that. So I do have a book ready. So maybe you can just send me some to go out there and publish it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because I said, I have two actually written. Now there, that one is on psychic development, and but I'll get there.
I mentioned that you've also helped law enforcement figure out various cases and things of that nature.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can you hear me?
Hmm. I still don't know what you're talking about.
So, you've been called upon over the years in 1978, 79, brought in as a psychic consultant on the Hillside Strangler situation in Los Angeles. 1992, consulted with the Harris County Sheriff's Office regarding Rex Warren Mays. You've been brought in for very specific and important purposes as well, which is extraordinary.
Some things should not be, um, I don't know. I prefer not to comment on more than it's out there already.
So, as you go along,
When they wish to publish it, they do.
right. Exactly. Exactly right. But
It's when I did a lot of work was with Jim Jones.
yeah,
Yeah, and I remember saying
1978.
to Leo Ryan not to go down there. He didn't listen. A lot of work. That was a lot of work, and I still and I dealt with some of the survivors whose children died there for quite a few years later on. Yeah.
Mm, the after effects, obviously. Yes. You also in 1980, which is extraordinary, Maria,
I cannot hear you.
you participated. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We're having a little bit of an audio issue for those who are commenting about the echo. My sound is coming out of her speakers, going back into her microphone, shooting it back. But we tried everything we could to fix that before going live, and we're not able to, unfortunately. So you're hearing me in stereo. Uh, you participated in a study at the UCLA Department of Psychology conducted by Jan Berlin, supervised by Thelma Moss, and was one of the first controlled investigations of parapsychology, and the results were astounding. And I think that they invited you to be the only psychic referral at UCLA. That's extraordinary work.
I wish I had sent you. Hold on 1 second. Maybe I can find it. Um, I have that study here, and it's interesting to see how I rated. Um, it was very, very interesting. I liked it a lot. Um, and that's an extensive study. It took 6 whole months that the people would come in and wearing a hospital gown, the students, and they knew that they should not give me not to say a word, not to um, make a face or anything like that on what I was telling them, because that's what it is that we're going to be uh, rated on. And it goes, um, where are you? Can you see this? I don't know
Yeah.
if I could. Nah.
If you lift it up towards your face and put it in the center, we could see it. There we go.
There are two.
And tell our viewers what they're seeing.
Okay, it is there were four people, two housewives and two psychics, and um, that shows you how I rate it. But nothing I can do because you cannot see it. Yeah, it's difficult.
How did you like having a television show in Greece? That must have been exciting, huh?
Oh, I had my own show in Greece.
Yeah. How did you like it?
Not really, because my when it comes to the work, although a lot of words we use here, English language, they are from the Greek, but it was not the easiest for me. I like being a guest in Greece, not my own show though.
You prefer being the
It's
guest.
kind of different, yeah, different. Now it's the modern Greek, so. But at the workshops that I do, I tell them off the top that the meditations are going to be in English, and most of everybody speaks English. Plus, by that, as I say, I'm not lucky to please close your eyes. You know, everybody's under anyway.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
That's amazing. Is it something, the beautiful work you do, the vibes, the energy that you get, is it something you are able to turn off when you need to rest and recharge and
Absolutely.
You can do that. That's
Yeah, like everybody else. I meditate and I take a walk and I make up, like I was telling you, love, health, wealth, money, success, or whatever, or gratitude, and clean it up. I cook a lot.
You do.
I cook a lot, even if I have, I don't know how much food done already.
What's your specialty?
Everything. So, everything really.
I should have come to Texas
Not
with my plate and my fork.
I eat fish. I'm the only one who eats fish in the family.
Fish.
So I eat fish a lot for me. Um, a lot of salads and ground meat for I work with ground meat. I have never had a steak in front of me. I'm not used to that.
I mentioned
Never.
to you I was on a television project in Greece and for a travel series that I co-host or host, and we were in Samothraki, beautiful Samothraki Island, and that was the first time that I ever had goat.
Oh yeah, I love goat. Oh, in this house, nobody will eat it. My nephew's nieces, by God, oh, they're just they don't. The 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 one person who's the main person, I mean, with the business manages the business is a salad eater, just salad. That's easy, and I get bored because I'm going to make the salad with many other things and this and this and that and that. I love cooking, but yes, the I'm not anti anything. Almost, I make the Greek uh, beef meatballs, let's say, and maybe I will eat one,
Nice.
and the rest to other people. We like greens in Greece. We like a lot of greens, salads,
Yes.
green beans,
Yes.
name it.
And the olives and the
And you're very
vegetables.
curious. You're asking me things. Oh my God.
Yes. Love to learn about you, what makes you tick, why you do what you do, who you are besides being this revered, renowned person.
Thank you. You should have you. I'm inviting you to have a session,
I would love that. Yeah,
a gift for you.
I appreciate that.
So
Birthday
you can
gift for
call.
September, the Libra.
Well, that's astrology. That's
Do does that ever come into what you do at all? Do you ever pull upon astrology at all?
I did not hear what you said.
Do you ever use any astrology or tap into
Are you
astrology at
kidding me?
all?
I love astrology, and I have a friend
I guess that's a yes, everybody.
who is I have a friend who's is an astrologer. However, she will not do it professionally. She's amazing, and and she tells me, and I don't want to hear it because I'm going to take off that day, and then I go the next day. Call her, but maybe if we do that, you think I can go also? But then I just I understand astrology, but I don't. Yeah, yes, and if I see something astrological in one session, I will point it out to them.
What would be one thing that people don't understand who've never experienced the work of somebody like yourself? What would be something that people don't understand about the work that you do?
It's not they don't understand; they're afraid. It's an old-fashioned fear. They think that's evil.
So they think there's
It's
Satan
their fear.
involved and things of that
Some people
nature.
they don't want to know. They're
Yeah, they
afraid
don't
of the
want
future. Yeah,
of the answers.
nice
And
people, but they're afraid. Depending on the upbringing, it's a large question. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's kind of more individualistic than that, but it is um it's not. They're afraid.
yeah. Do you ever have a day where you're overwhelmed by it?
No, tired like everybody else. No, I told you. Remember the word objectivity. When I
Objectivity.
work, it's I'm not. I don't use the what I think. It's what I feel, and you know what I'm saying. It's what I feel. A feeling, the intuition running, flowing through me. It's not me trying to say, "Oh, how do I say this?" or "How do I do that?" I just apply myself as being the vehicle to where the energy flows through. If I do, of course, many readings, which I avoid, uh, it's tiring. It's like please understand, lastly, it's like any other job. If you do what you're doing today, interview like this, 6, 7 people, how would you feel?
Sure. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And there are other people that are going to have a drink at night to relax. They're going to have this and that. I don't. But I would just go to the refrigerator. And thank God I keep very good stuff in there. So I'm not um, in the place of wanting to reward myself. It is life is constant. Life is work.
Yes,
Life
it
is
is.
work. Find out what
Yes,
it works for you
it
and
is.
use it. Life is work.
Do you have to be in your environment? It looks very beautiful. The painting behind you I mentioned is gorgeous. This painting of you that's on the wall. Absolutely. When was that done?
That was done about
Beautiful.
15 years ago, and that is
It's phenomenal.
myself.
Yeah.
And in the background is my son, um, who died of no cause at 16 and a half. No cause, unknown and undetermined causes. He was so because he attended UCLA at 8 years of age, twice a week. They would get him down there, 8 to the day that he went, that he left. And everything was great. And one day he went to sleep, didn't wake up. And because he was so known in that community, there was a lot of work done. That was July 14th, and it took till um, October 31st. What's that day? What
Halloween.
day is October 31st?
Halloween.
Halloween. It took till Halloween from July 14th to get a report that says unknown and undetermined causes. Just like that, it reads. So, boy, you notice everything. I got work. I know you have work to do. I thank you so much.
You're a beautiful person, Maria. You really are.
So are you.
You're very deep, but you have a wit, and there's a humor about you, and a relatability, even with all of the skill and expertise. And you've been doing this for decades, and everybody knows you, and you're revered and renowned. You're very real. And I think that
Mhm.
is one of the things that makes you stand out and why people connect. And it might even be why my voice is echoing so people hear this message twice.
It's so interesting.
It's unusual how that happened. But I think it's really extraordinary. And with all of the success and all of the fanfare, you're still Maria, this gifted, loving soul who wants to inspire people and help them find joy in their life through all of it. Because you said life is work. It really is.
Mhm.
Are you joyful? Are you in a happy place?
Yes, I am.
Are you at peace?
I ex- I am at times. I feel a little kind of, if I don't have much to do, I get kind of strange. I walk a lot, about usually 6 to 10,000 steps a day.
That's wonderful.
Lately, the vibration all around is not the greatest, and I'm feeling it. Like the last month or two,
Is that the Mercury?
something is not right. Do you know what I mean? And it affects me personally. I mean, I can be detached up to a point in my personal life.
Yeah.
All right.
You feel it. You're a feeler. You're extraordinary.
So I hope I have all your information.
Yes, we are very
If I don't,
connected.
please text me your information at uh,
I want to let you know.
or email
Well,
your information,
yeah, I
so
have everything.
I can let you know when we're in the same town, so you can come see me, or you can do it on the phone.
I just want to let you know that our viewers have been commenting and they've been loving your fact that you've been here. And God bless you. You're a lovety. You're now a Gym Master Show lovety. And that's a beautiful thing. Jaylee had mentioned she's watching. She has heard about theories the 23rd, and that's the day before.
Oh my
birthday.
God. God bless. Yeah, I mean, but look at this person is asking that question. That would take 45 minutes to answer that. You know what I mean? It's not yes, no answer. You know, that's fortune telling. The yes, no answer.
I like
There
that
is no
about you.
such
That's
thing.
the Greek in you. That's that direct sort of.
Nobody
I love
that I mean,
You're
this
direct,
kind of
you're real.
question cannot be
It,
answered with a yes
it's
or no.
something that takes a little time, right? Well,
At all.
well, you can let me know if something's brewing on the 23rd because the 24th is my birthday. So I want to know if anything
Oh
happens
wow!
on the 23rd.
Well, then
I want to be prepared because the 24th is my day.
please send me your information. Okay,
Absolutely.
so I can call you.
We will connect for sure.
Or
Yeah, you're amazing. And there's the website, everybody. There's her website with all of her incredible detail and information, and to learn about all the wonderful things that she's doing. Maria, thanks so much for being here on the show. I hope you enjoyed
you.
the time with me as much as I have with you.
I did very much so. I feel strange talking about me so much. My God, this is the longest interview in history.
Did you enjoy it? Did it meet your
Yes,
expectations?
but it's like
You're
thank you,
usually
thank you,
the
thank you,
one ask it right,
thank
right?
you.
So now it's
It's
you.
just that
It's nice to
the
celebrate you.
thank you. Technology, I had to go forward or backwards, or I wouldn't see you or I couldn't hear you. Do you know what I mean? So I had to go back and forth. So,
Yeah, I know.
um,
Maureen in Arizona,
uh,
who is a retired nurse, says, Maria, you are a beautiful soul. Thank you for being with us today. By the way, you do not look 80. What is your secret?
Greek food and and prayer.
And positive personality and prayer.
Yeah.
Maria, thanks for blessing us with your presence here on our show.
Thank
Truly a
you.
blessing. I know you
Okay.
work
Talk
hard
to
at
you soon.
this, and we
Please
love
call me.
you, and we will
Call me.
connect with you. We will do that. We will do that,
Yes.
Maria.
Okay. Thank you
You be
so
well
much.
and you take care, okay?
All right.
Bye bye now.
Bye.
Extraordinary and a unique conversation, and taking us in a lot of different directions. Now, you notice you're not hearing the echo anymore. The echo, we tried about, oh boy, a half hour. We actually started the show 15 minutes late from, the live time because tech isn't really her thing. And we were trying everything we could to get that echo out. And there was nothing we could do. And we didn't want to pause the show because we've been trying to have this episode happen since May. It's now September. Dates and her travel and my travel and just all of it. And again, tech is not necessarily something that she, loves. And so the echo was when I was speaking into our microphone, comes out of her speakers, and then it goes, her microphone is close to her speakers because she has, I think she's on a Mac and the speakers and the microphone are like right next to each other. So we tried everything we could, really, really, before we even started the show to try to figure that out on her end, but we couldn't. So we said, we don't want to not do it. We want to do it. So you got that little bit of an echo, and the echo only came when I was speaking. So I tried not to, as unusual as it is as a host, an on-air broadcaster, tried not to speak as much as I normally would so the echo wouldn't be there as much, but it was there. And hey, you got to hear it in stereo. It's not too bad. It's the thrust of the conversation. She has been, as I've mentioned, she's extraordinary. She's kind of humble about herself. You notice that? Like she said, she doesn't do a lot of conversations like this. She doesn't do, this is a rare, exclusive situation that happened here on the Jim Masters show. We were connected, and I think that's a beautiful thing. This isn't something that she normally does, and not in an extended conversational way like this, where she's on. Sometimes if you see her on television or elsewhere, it's just for a couple of minutes. It's usually just a couple of minutes, and that's about it. So yeah, it's crazy stuff. Cell phone. Yeah, I think the cell phone's ringing too. The calls are coming in. Everybody wants to be on the Jim Masters show. I think that's so cool. We've got several people that are hoping to get on the show as guests, and we have a sort of a waiting list a little bit, which is a beautiful thing. But yeah, this isn't something that she normally does. So it was very special and rare and unique. And we're so happy she was able to come on and express herself again. She's humble and she doesn't normally talk about herself. And that's a great phrase right there. Awareness can take a moment or eternity. And like she said, be objective. Don't be hard on yourself. And it was a real blessing to have her here. You've seen her with the stars. Yeah, they do refer to her as psychic to the stars, but she works with everybody. She's a unique individual on many, many levels, isn't she? And we went in a lot of different directions. None of this is scripted. What's great about the Jim Masters show live, Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Shows, there she is with George Brown from Kool and the Gang, who she works with as well. And Annabeth Gish, we showed some of these earlier, Goldie Hawn, and the actress Kelly Rutherford, of course, with the Housewives, our friend Wayne Scott Lucas, and of course, George Brown of Kool and the Gang, and Vanessa Williams, who she's worked with, and Vanessa Williams as well. But again, she's gifted, and she's a really fascinating person on many different levels, isn't she? It's sort of we were sort of keeping up with each other. I was keeping up with her in the conversation. She was keeping up with me, and I think that was cool because we were plugged in and really connected to one another. I can't tell you that immediately when we were working on her audio, getting that all squared away, or trying to fix it, she immediately said, before I even really said anything, this is before we went on the air live, she said, I have to tell you something. I said, what is that? And she said, you're a healer and you're intuitive and you operate from a higher consciousness. You're a high level empath. And I said, I've heard that multiple times from many, many people over the years, which I think is kind of cool. So I'm, in tune with it and plugged in with it. And I think it's a nice thing but she said it within seconds of the show even not starting yet, just at the cusp of, our show open happening and everything beginning. She came out with that, which I thought was really incredible. So even with that little bit of an echo, you got to hear it in stereo, as they used to say. That's a phrase they used to say on FM radio stations, or listening in stereo. Great show. Thank you, Jim, from Kathleen. Thank you very much as well. Thanks, Merlin. And Maureen says, please forward this to management. Jim, you're truly the best. Thank you a million times for what you do for us celebrities. The pleasure is all mine. And Chaley, good to have you with us here as a new viewer. And she's a lovety on the Jim Masters show. First time here. Welcome to the show. And everybody that's new, that's been commenting and celebrating the Jim Masters show series. This was a special episode and unique. We got a chance to learn about somebody quite well known and revered in the work that she does. And again, you've probably seen her on Late Night with David Letterman and the Donnie and Marie show, the Maury Povich show, Entertainment Tonight, Inside Edition, Entertainment Television, Fox News. She's appeared in Vogue magazine, Redbook magazine, Elle, Marie Claire, Glamour magazine, Elopia Press magazine USA, and so much more. And she, she has been brought in over the years into cases and, situations where they've used her expertise for various things. Didn't really want to talk too much about that, which makes complete sense, but gives you an understanding of the fact that she's been called upon for a lot of extraordinary things, which I think is amazing and truly amazing. So yeah, this was cool stuff. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, maybe even about yourself, be objective. Don't be too hard on yourself. Enjoy life, because life is work. It sure is on many different levels. Give this episode, speaking of give this episode a like. There's a thumbs up like on our YouTube channel. Give it a like. Leave a comment for us on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. You see a button that looks like that. When you do that, it helps our show grow exponentially. We love it. We appreciate it when you comment, you like, and you subscribe. But also the platform where the show is on right now, YouTube loves it when they see that interactivity. They take the episode and they blast it out to even more people around the world, which I think is quite special. More and more people get a chance to enjoy this unique series we've created here, the Jim Masters Show, for all of you. Thanks for all the great interactivity, all the great comments coming in live. We really appreciate that as well. And again, we encourage you to leave a comment on the YouTube channel itself. And thanks to those of you who do that. And thanks to those of you who have subscribed, who share the links on your social media, who, celebrate our show. As I mentioned, everything is interesting about this series because all the guests come from all different disciplines, all different backgrounds, all different aspects of celebrity and of life, which I think makes the show unique. It isn't all just the same old. It's done just like a television talk show over the years where all the guests were from different backgrounds and different perspectives, and some super famous, some semi-famous, some just starting out in their lives. and we celebrate it all here on the show. We thank world-renowned psychic, spiritual healer, Maria Papapetros for joining us here on the program. It was really a pleasure to have her here. Unique and interesting and fascinating woman on many different levels. And got a chance to learn more about her. Maybe you've seen her on television and saw her in the major magazines, and you always wondered, what's she like? What makes her tick? Now that with everything that she sort of brings into her world when she does the work, one of the things that eases her and balances things out for her is cooking. And I know we've got a foodie crowd here, cooking as well. And thanks to those of you, and cooking is good. We're going to eat right now, actually. Thanks to those of you who do the super chat, super emoji, super stickers during our shows. That's something you can do in the live chat, and that helps support our series. And we thank you personally on the screen. Kathleen, you did one yesterday. I think it got in under the just past the show ending. So thank you for that. And and everybody who's been doing that. That's something that is available during the live episodes of our show. You can do super chat, super emoji, super stickers in the Levity Hall comment section that is in when the shows are on live. But you can also do something called super thanks, and that's something you can do 24/7. There's a little heart icon on the YouTube channel underneath all of the episodes. Thank you, Kathleen, and thank you, Lisa, and everybody watching. And thank you for the pre-happy birthday. I appreciate that. Chaylee, thank you very much. Love it. And she says, happy birthday. I appreciate that. And yes, we're going to have to keep an eye on the 23rd. My birthday's the 24th. We're going to have to keep an eye on that 23rd and see what the 23rd of September brings. Patty, thank you for being here as well. Love the show. I studied astrology when I was 18 years old. It never leaves you. Yeah, I'm Libra. So this is, it's Virgo time right now. So I was told I have Virgo rising by a longtime television colleague of mine who had to do my chart and the whole thing. And she said, you have Virgo rising. I know I'm Libra. And Libras are, it's like September 23rd through October 23rd, somewhere in there. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year, which makes sense, right? And I think Libra, balance. I like balance and harmony. We tend to see both sides of a question. When somebody asks us a question, we don't just jump. We tend to think. One of the things, if you notice, that Maria pointed out, she said, sometimes I hold things in. I don't always say everything I'm thinking. That's actually served me well over the years, that I have not always said every single thing, not just on air, but I mean, just in life, have always said, we're in a world right now where everybody says anything, and then they have to apologize, and they have to retract, and they have to blah, blah, blah. So she said, you hold some things in. I said, well, yeah, a little bit. I guess I adjust that based on the scenario and who I'm with and what's going on. And because I tend to be a mediator, an umpire, somebody who solves and fixes it, calms people down, de-amps craziness, somebody who doesn't try to throw fuel on a fire. I try to put the fire out for everybody. So sometimes I won't always say everything I'm thinking as a result of that. But when I did that drive alone through Death Valley after a television project, oh boy, it allowed me to create boundaries. It allowed me to realize that I have to put the oxygen mask in. Thank you for that. Happy birthday. It allowed me to realize that I have to create boundaries, that I can't always, like she said, don't say yes all the time. Don't always be so agreeable. She's right. And it took me a long time to realize that. But people also enjoy when you don't always say yes. You know that? As strange as that sounds, you might always think that they want you to always say yes, you agree. Sometimes they actually like when you don't, because it shows that you have a voice, you have an opinion, and you value yourself and what your thoughts are. And of course, with civility and with respect, all important. You don't want to be spouting out and just not being civil and respectful of others. I'm always cognizant of that, on many different levels. But I think that when I had that occasion of driving alone through Death Valley after a television shoot in the rental car in August heat a couple of years ago, that really was something incredible, because now when I go on the airplanes, and those of you who follow my professional work in television and radio know that it's been a great year of crisscrossing the United States and Canada for all of the multi-day television adventures and projects I've been doing. Um, Whenever I would hear the flight attendants say, okay, in the event of an emergency and the oxygen mask would drop in front of you, put it on you first before you help others. I always had a problem with that. I always felt it was selfish and sort of rude to grab it and put it on me before I helped the person in the seat next to me. But now I understand. We all have to put the oxygen mask on ourselves before we can help others. And they have to do it for themselves too. The person in the chair next to you, they have to do it for themselves too. We all have to do it, and then we can help each other. So she hit on a couple of cool things there. And yeah, you can't always say yes all the time. Can't always be agreeable all the time. And you got to share your thoughts and your opinion in a civil and respectful way. And I think that's so important. Patty says we are both air signs, and you are a double Gemini. You never hold things in. So the opposite, you let it right out. And Maureen says Virgos rule a digestive system. No wonder I love food. Yeah, but I bet, Maureen, since you have the Virgo, because it's your birthday time now, that when you are upset, when you're concerned about something, when you're worried about something, your digestive system lets you know. Your stomach sort of reacts to it. I'm sure. I don't doubt that. So cool stuff, right? You're always learning. That's what we do here on the show. We always have a good time. All the entertainment and everything we bring your way. We're always learning and connecting and having a good time together. We're learning about ourselves, as we're chatting with these guests from all these different backgrounds, and you guys are interacting with the show, and I'm here sharing bits and pieces of my world. We are learning together. We're having a good time. Laughs, entertainment, all of it. But we're connecting, and that's a cool thing. That's one of the foundations for the show. One of the reasons why 3.5+ years ago I started this series is for that purpose, is for all of us to have a place to come, to be together and enjoy, all these great guests and celebrity friends and more, but also enjoy one another and each other's time. It's unique what we're doing here at the Jim Masters Show Live series. Just go back and look at almost 1,000 episodes. I believe we're somewhere around, as of today, we're like 9 episodes away of almost 1,000 episodes of our series in just 3.5 years' time, which to me is extraordinarily amazing. We thank all of you for being with us here. We thank for all the love and support. Again, you can always support us through Super Chat, Super Emoji, Super Stickers, or Super Thanks. I am also on all the social media. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. And of course, if there's guests you'd like to see on our show, you can reach out to us. Maybe you are somebody who would like to come on our show. The possibility does exist. So spread the word about the Jim Masters Show Live, Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show Series. Let everybody know that we're here, and we're here for all of you. And yeah, I don't know about you, but talking about food, I'm hungry. So I haven't had anything today but a cup of coffee, which, as you guys know who follow the show and have been following it for years, and you write to us, you send us emails and tweets and all kinds of beautiful things. You see, a lot of people in the chat room, and we love them, but there's thousands of people who watch our series who contact us quietly, privately too, and we really appreciate that. And you guys know that whenever I heat up a cup of coffee, it ends up being iced coffee. So we've got a coffee that's sitting over here that is still waiting for me, and I'm going to put a couple of ice cubes in it. And then we got a busy night. We're going out on the town tonight. We're going to go see a well-known comedian who's in the area and have dinner. And then I hope everybody, enjoys the rest of your day. Don't forget, we've had and continue to have extraordinary guests on our series. So you can go back in our archives on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, and you can rewatch episodes, see things you might have missed, laugh again, be entertained again, and be inspired again. Or maybe there's episodes you didn't even know we did with guests you didn't even know we had, and you can check it out. So good stuff, gang. All right. Thanks to Maureen and Kathleen and Patty and Charlie and everybody watching around the world. We love you all. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, one more time, we thank Maria for joining us here as our very, very special guest on the Jim Masters Show series. We shall see you again soon on the next episode. Spread the word. Come by and see us again. We're always here for you as often as we can be. And we do a lot of shows, and we've done a lot consistently. And we do as many as we can to stay connected and to entertain you and have a good time. So with all that said, without the echo you had when we were chatting, just go out there and, life can be hard, but give it your best shot. Give life your best shot. You got that shot. You've got that baton in your hand right now. We all do. I do too. Get out there and give it your best shot. And then come back and see us again and report back to us how things are going for you. We love hearing from you. All right. So with that said, we'll see you again soon. Jim Masters here for all of us at the Jim Masters Show Live. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on the next episode of our series, the next episode, that is, of the Jim Masters Show Live. Take care and be well. And you know what I'm going to say next, right? Cheers. Take care.